So there is a possibility, starting from next season, not to see VAR in Premier League football. Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, we jump into important updates on Dovbyk, the striker of Girona, Xavi Simons. We also touch on Toni Kroos and a big shock in Premier League. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, as reported by The Athletic, there could be a big story in Premier League, but in this case is regarding VAR. Could be an historical moment in English football and international football because, as reported by David Ornstein, there will be a meeting on June 6 to decide internally in the Premier League whether they want to scrap VAR or continue with it. So there is a possibility, starting from next season, not to see VAR in Premier League football. It's not that easy because you need at least 14 clubs out of 20 to vote for VAR to be removed. So let's see what's going to happen. But for sure, this could be a big moment in the history of the Premier League. So let's see how they will vote. Let's see what's going to happen. Wolves were proposing this possibility. Now it's up to the other clubs, but big moment. Big moment is coming also for other players. As I told you in the recent days, remember guys that the next days will be important for Toni Kroos and Luka Modric future. The situation of Toni Kroos is still absolutely open. As I told you, despite the discussions, the pacts and the discussions in a really advanced way in March, end of March, the situation of Toni Kroos is still open. So there are still possibilities for Toni Kroos to decide something different, and same with Luka Modric, who is waiting to speak to Real Madrid to decide his future. So imminent decision for Toni Kroos and Luka Modric, but it's really 50-50 on both cases. Then guys, it's important to mention also the situation of another important player, and the player is Xavi Simons. So we already discussed the situation of Xavi Simons in the recent weeks. I told you about Paris Saint-Germain intention not to sell Xavi Simons on a permanent transfer in the summer transfer window. There was a meeting between Paris Saint-Germain board and Xavi Simons with his camp. It took place this week, early this week. In this meeting, Paris Saint-Germain confirmed, from what I'm told, to Xavi Simons and his agent that they have no intention to sell the player on a permanent transfer. It was never a possibility. A permanent transfer to Barca, a permanent transfer to Leipzig, too expensive. So nothing happening for a permanent transfer. The only way is a loan deal for Xavi Simons. In one case, PSG want to keep Xavi Simons. If Xavi Simons will go there and tell Paris Saint-Germain, I want to go, I want to leave, in that case, PSG are prepared to let Xavi Simons leave on loan. Xavi Simons, as I already told you last week, will have a say in picking his favorite club to go on loan. There is interest from Barcelona, interest from Leipzig, also clubs from England. So let's see what Xavi Simons decides to do. But he's not leaving PSG on permanent transfer. Has to be a loan, and now the situation is open. Before the Euros, the intention of Xavi Simons is to communicate his decision to PSG. So keep an eye on Xavi Simons because could be one of the big stories of the summer transfer window with a really open situation with Paris Saint-Germain. He's doing fantastic at Red Bull Leipzig. We know it's a crucial player for Leipzig. This is why they still hope to have the player on loan also next season, but it's a very open situation. And then guys, it's a really important point also to discuss about the future of Dovbyk, the Ukrainian striker of Girona. He did fantastic this season. If Girona are going to play Champions League football, big credits to the board, big credits to a fantastic manager like Michel, big credits also to Savinho and to many of the players, Alex Garcia and all the others. I can mention many who did fantastic at Girona, but the striker is always important, and Dovbyk scored a lot of goals, fantastic season. I can tell you that there is a release clause into his contract, and the value of the release clause not possible to negotiate because Girona will not sit at a table and negotiate on the price, is 40 million euros. This is the value of the release clause for Dovbyk. So who wants to go there and sign the striker has a possibility, but it's not by negotiating with Girona, is to go there, put 40 millions on the table, agree on personal terms with the player, and Dovbyk could be an interesting name on the summer transfer window with many clubs around Europe looking for strikers. And so guys, let me know your opinion on VAR. I'm curious to see your reaction. Are you pro or against VAR? But also Dovbyk, Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and all the rest, including Xavi Simons. Which club should go for him on loan? I wait for your opinion here in the comments as always. Remember guys to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio. Ciao.